welcome to this week's vlog. I'll be taking questions from my book page on Facebook and answering a few of them in this video. I wanted to let everybody know that each person that wants to ask a question is not limited on how many that they can ask. You can ask as many questions as you want. I have fun doing these videos, and I hope that you guys have as much fun watching them as I do making them. Alright, let's pull up some questions here. Alright, the first one, this is a two-part question, so I'm going to answer question number 2 from Autumn here on my page. It says, I find it hard to keep a journal. I've tried a few times and found that I just could not do it. How easy is it for you to write in a journal if you do that? Well, keeping a journal tends to take a bit of dedication and determination from my part. When I first found my love for journaling, I mainly wrote like entries where I vented or the bad things that happened in that day. I've found myself writing a bunch of negativity, and it didn't work for me because every time I would reflect back into that journal later on, it would depress me. So that's when I decided that I was going to change it up a bit and only write down happy and positive things that happened during my day. So after I decided I was actually really going to push myself to do this, I went out, bought a really cute journal. You gotta have a cute journal, right? And it gotta be pretty. With the perfect pen. Yeah, I'm a stickler when it comes to my pens. There's only certain ones that I can use. But once I was ready, I decided on a set time each and every day that I would make sure I sat down to write in my journal. I found it really relaxing whenever I would do it right before bed. I get my kids in bed, they're all nice, relaxed, and sleeping. That's when I grab my pen, my favorite journal, and I start writing. I write about maybe new things that my son does during the day, or different accomplishments my daughter made, or just something in general that overall just made me really happy. So as I started to reflect back on the happier posts, that just kind of made me smile inside because it made me realize just how blessed I truly am. Once my journaling at night is complete, then I do my Bible studies and I do my prayers. And after I kind of get into the groove of doing this, it just doesn't feel right on the days that I skip it because it's either too late and my day was way too busy or I just didn't feel like it. So I found that to help stick to journaling, it's really hard for the first few weeks. I think they say it takes like 21 days to form a new habit. So if you could just push yourself through the first 21 days of that journaling, it'll become a habit and it'll be a lot easier. Alright, next question. Here we go. How difficult was it for you to keep your faith during all the tough times, and how did you keep going? Actually, the difficult times is where my faith became stronger. When I found myself, or even when I find myself in a difficult situation, I lean on Jesus. This is how I keep going. I believe that Jesus, when He's not the center of our problems really don't ever go away. They may fade a little, or they may disappear for that time being, but they never actually go away. They always tend to come back after time. So when I find that I'm facing something difficult, I take a deep breath and I hand it over to Jesus. Once I do that, I don't think about it again because I know that He will take care of it in His time. Each and every good thing comes from God, and I take comfort in that. I remember God in the good times and the bad times. I always hope in Him and I always have faith. I keep worshiping Him in my actions, my words, my heart, in both good and bad times. Because God's love is there all the time. And he's really close to those who are brokenhearted and low-spirited. And knowing this makes it so much easier for me to get through the rough times. Now, when I lost my daughter, something that difficult, it wasn't me that kept going. I had given up. My strength was gone, my dedication, my determination, everything was gone. I just wanted to be. And in a way I didn't want to be. It was the strength of Jesus Christ in that moment in time who willed me to go on. I'm weak, but he is strong, and he is mighty. And he is a God who loves me and will care for me when I can't do it myself. So I need him as much as he wants me to love him, worship him, and just be. Okay? We'll do one more question, because I think that was, yeah. So let's go one more question. Let's see here. I'd like to hear how the Lord guided you through the toughest times. This kind of ties into the last one, so I think this one would be a good answer. First and foremost, when I hit my tough times, I go directly to prayer. I can't face a fight and battle it alone. This life requires us to have a constant renewal of our spirit. And the only way to find that is through the Holy Spirit and prayer. We have to seek God, and he will be our strength. Now, going by faith, or actually living by faith, is about trusting in God and that his way will prevail for the good of those who love him. It's about keeping my faith, not only in the peaceful times, like I've said before, but when I want to give up, to give in and not go on. In each impossible situation that I face, I know that God can change it from impossible to possible because, well, he's good like that. The Lord seemed to guide me the most when I just took time to be. When I took time to reflect and listen for him. Because he has that still, small, gentle voice. And he's a gentleman, so he's not going to push himself on you. You've got to sit and listen for him. That's how I find my direction. I find my direction in his still, small, gentle whispers. Now, as long as I keep my feet and my heart planted right at the foot of the cross, I know he will give me the directions on where to go and how to get through whatever it is that I'm about to face. Okay? So those are the questions. Those are actually really, really good questions. I love answering them. I'll pick a few more questions to answer in my next vlog. So keep them coming because I really like doing this part. When you're done listening to this video, feel free to hop over to my author page and throw a few more questions at me. And you can interact, comment, let me know how you like the video, whatever. Okay, anyway. So there we have it. Thank you for listening and see you next week.